It's mid-July, and last year I made the mistake of stopping sowing seeds after the first flush in spring, and I'd gotten them all in the ground, and I thought that was that. This year I'm trying to rectify that mistake by keeping on planting seeds and keeping on getting things back into the ground. I've managed to get my 2 potato borders. I had first earlies and second earlies. They're out now, and I've replanted those borders with all kinds of different things, and I'm off again planting some more seeds. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to squeeze these in, to be honest, but I have got a border with broad beans that are almost finished, and it's got peas in it as well, and the peas are almost going to be ready to pick in another week. So maybe in a month, by the time these seeds that I sow now are ready to go in, I'll be able to get the peas and the broad beans out, and some of these will go in. I'm going to plant more than I think I need, because you always use them in the end, don't you?
Are you going to?
Next year I'm going to try a little experiment. I've always just bought the cheapest compost I can find, and I know people can be very uptight about compost and what kind you use, and I do have some problems with getting stuff to germinate and grow on nicely at the seedling stage. So next year what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy some cheap compost. This stuff this year we've got from Home Bargains, so it's cheapest of the cheap, I'm afraid. I'm going to buy a couple of bags of really good compost, and I'm going to buy the cheap as well, and I'm going to plant side by side and see how that works out, and see if I can see a really big difference in that. I hope I can't, and then I can continue buying the cheap stuff. So I've got a little assortment of seeds I want to try. Yesterday I popped down to Wilkinson's. I got this cress, American land cress, so I'm going to give that a try. It says it's a good alternative to watercress, so I'll try that for a change. I've got some Swedes I want to put in. I thought Swedes would be very, very easy to grow because they're just cattle fodder, really. I like it, mind. But I haven't found them easy. They seem to get very eaten by the slugs. I'm going to try some more spinach. I did plant some a month or so ago, and it just bolted straight away, but it does say on the package you can plant right up until July, so I'm going to give that another try, and we'll see how we go. It was very hot when I planted the other stuff, so that might be why you bolted. I'm going to got some bright lights Swiss chard I'm going to put in. I'm going to try again with the beetroot. I've had not much success this year with beetroot. I've been multi-sowing it, so I put about 4 seeds in each little seedling thing. I think I'll reduce that down, maybe put 2 or 3 in and see if that helps at all. Got some Florence Fennel. I've already got quite a bit of that in, but it's so nice. I'm going to put more in. I've got some rocket seed. That's actually wild rocket seed. I found rocket grown on the cliff tops at Sutter Lighthouse in South Shields last autumn. I was amazed to see the rocket there. I don't know how that got there. Anyway, I kept my eye on it because I walk down there quite a lot, and I picked the seed heads. So that's wild South Shields rocket. What else have I got? And I've also got some dwarf French beans. I don't really know if I'm going to have room to put them anyway. I can't think where they'll go, but I'm going to put a few in just in case, and I can harvest them. I can plant them up until July, which it is now, harvest right up until October, so you never know. If I can find a space to squeeze some in, I'll do that. They're nice little seeds. I do like the bean seeds, they're very pretty. I'm going to put 2 into each little pocket. I've just realised something revolutionary. I always tear the top of the seeds off and it cuts off half the description and the instructions. I've just realised I can tear the bottom off and then that doesn't happen. You learn something new every day, I tell you. Let's have a look what it says about these. Cress, I've never grown this before. It says an easily grown alternative to watercress, strong flavoured with a little bite. The larger the leaf, the hotter it gets. Sounds nice. Sow thinly in rows for continuous crops, so every 2 to 3 weeks. It's small seed. Just going to sprinkle that on. Dust it over with a little bit of compost. It's actually my son who wanted this watercress. He's into his bodybuilding and he reads and he watches all the YouTube videos about nutrition to find out what's the best thing to eat, and of course I managed to get him onto spinach and kale because it's good for you, but now of course he thinks he knows everything, so he says kale's useless and spinach hasn't got that much in it and what you need is watercress. Apparently watercress is very high in, I forget what he said now, protein probably. So we said we'd try this cress. Okay, so I'm putting spinach in now. This is Amelia F1. And I would hope to get another nice little crop of it, but I'm sure I did this last year as well and it didn't work. We'll try it one more time. Nice big seeds these anyway, easy to handle. We eat a lot of it, it just goes in the salads. And if I did get a load, a bumper crop, I could easily freeze it, use it in lasagnas and things over the winter. There we go. This one's Florence Fennel. Gets a nice bulb and a seedy flavour. I haven't quite sussed out how to cook with it yet. I tried roasting it last year. That was quite nice, but I need to do a little bit more looking into what kind of recipes I can make with it. So it has a white bulb that's just above the surface, and then there's very tall frondy foliage above that. It's very pretty. Haven't got much actually. Might as well just use all of these seeds. Bit too many in each one, but never mind. Right, I'm doing the beetroot now. It's just bolt hardy beetroot. New packet, new season, new time of year at any rate. So, I think the seeds are loose in this one. Still open it at the bottom. And I'm hoping for a bit more luck. Now they are big planting pockets, so I think I might put quite a few in there actually. I know I said I was going to put less in, but that was in the smaller little planting pockets. Maybe put 5 in each. So this last one I'm going to do Swiss chard, swede and rocket. Haven't got much of that left either. Swiss chard. Right, I dropped one. You know that, just give me compost. There it is. There we go, just enough for, oh I think that might have been a spinach seed. Never mind, mixed up as usual. Just enough to put a couple in each one. Right, here we go with the wild South Shields rocket. Get the seed out. Tiny, tiny seed. Add on, so tiny. Now I feel like doing some more rocket because I'm going to put some more in there. This is Margaret. She's pretty, very pretty. They don't really like getting picked up, I don't think. Anyway, that's my seeds planted. I'm going to put them back in the greenhouse now. I've watered them, and I'll show you what happens as time goes on in the next month or so. I won't leave them, I was going to leave them on the patio, but we do have a naughty blackbird that comes and reaches through things sometimes. Right, I'll have to go because this bird's going to leap. See you next time, bye.